Alright, so I know you're ready to go and you want to start building your e-commerce store, but first we have to actually configure some basic account settings in Shopify. So I'm going to go over to my dashboard here. We're going to hit our store and we're going to go to settings at the bottom here, and let's go through these different settings on our store one by one here. Alright, so the first setting we have here is our store name, and this is where you can really change it to whatever you want here. We're going to go back through here and actually make a actual name for our store. And again, we have our email address we can stick in here, some different names, addresses, different formats. We can select our unit system if you want to use the metric system or imperial. And this is just some basic settings, and these are all going to vary depending on where you live and what you're selling and all that kind of stuff. So you guys can go through here and kind of set it up as you need, but I'm just going to hit save and kind of get past that part. Next we have payments, and in the payment section we can do all kinds of different things. We can basically change the way our shoppers can pay us. So the first method we have is Shopify payments, and that'll let you I think accept credit cards and all that kind of stuff. You're gonna have to actually complete your account setup. You might have to like verify your email address and all that kind of stuff to get to that part. I'm just gonna give it a quick click here and see. We can see here that it takes us to this other page. Okay, it looks like we have to actually add our banking information and all that kind of stuff to accept credit cards, but we'll just skip that there. And next up we have PayPal. So by default your customers can pay with PayPal, and it looks like you have to receive your first payment before you can set it up. After somebody actually buys something, they'll send you instructions to your email, and you can kind of set that up. Next we have some alternative payments, and you can see all the different providers they have here. So they have quite a few different ways you can get paid. And of course they have manual payments where you can say bank deposit or cash on delivery, and all those different ways of paying. And payment authorization, this if you set it to automatically, that means when a customer makes an order, it charges them, or you can set up to manually where you basically approve payments manually. But that's pretty much it for the payments tab. Next we have checkout, and there's some different settings we can do here. We can disable our accounts. We can have it. Accounts are optional, so if a customer wants to make an account, they can definitely do that. I'm going to click in the form settings that we require their first and last name, and all these other settings I'm going to hit optional just as well, just in case if the customer wants to add more information about themselves. We definitely want to use their shipping address as the billing address by default. And again, there's all these different settings here. If you want to add them to your email list, I would put this here just in case you're not spamming people. And if you want to have to, after an order has been paid, you can automatically fill it to the orders line, or not do that. And you can automatically archive the order, and then you have your different scripts here. If you want to do that, click the Shopify Help Center. You can get an idea on how to do that. Next we have the checkout language. Of course we're going to put English. And this section here is pretty cool. You can actually generate like a refund policy. You can see your standard 30-day refund policy pops up here. And you can use these, which is pretty cool. It uses your information that you have in your settings tab to kind of create these. But you can create a refund policy, a privacy policy, and even a terms of service policy, which is things you're going to need if you have an online store. So that's pretty cool. I like how Shopify kind of added that really easy way of getting those pages on your website. So next we have shipping. And depending on where you are and how you signed up for Shopify, this place is going to be different. You can see here, since I'm from Canada, Shopify has automatically set up Canada Post to ship everything that I sell from my store. And yeah, I'm not sure like if you're from the States, if you can, like depending on where you are, it sets it up automatically, but you can add your own shipping options if you want, of course. You're just gonna have to do all that kind of stuff. And next up we have shipping labels, and apparently you have to make labels for your items you ship and all that kind of stuff. And again, packaging size, we'll just keep this all the default settings since we're not actually selling anything for real. We're just kind of making a store here. And you can add different shipping methods, but it looks like you're going to have to actually upgrade your account. Next we have taxes, and you can select if you want taxes to be included in your prices, and you can charge taxes on shipping and all that kind of stuff. Again, you're going to have to figure these settings out depending on what you're selling, where you're selling, all that kind of stuff. You can see here that Canada has a 5% tax rate and everybody else in the world does not. In the next notifications tab, you can customize your email templates, and We also have some different settings here. I'm going to click this button and you can see here that it shows you your invoice emails, and you can change them and change the way they look and all that. So you can go through that and do that. The order confirmation, order canceled, this will just send you automatic notifications through email if somebody ordered something, if they canceled, if they refunded. The shipping will send to the customer, where their shipping items are, if it's out for delivery, all that kind of stuff. And again, your customer, if they make an account, all their settings will be sent to them. So that's all good stuff to have. Shopify pretty much takes care of almost everything for you. And of course, at the end, you can enable desktop notifications, which is pretty cool. You can see when people buy from your store. It'll kind of pop up on your desktop. Next up in the file tabs, you can upload images, video, any files that you're going to use in your store. It's basically like your media library kind of section. If you're familiar with WordPress, kind of functions the same way. Sales channels, you can install sales channels on your store. And the basic one you just have right now is your online store itself. And if you click the sales channel, you can add buy buttons, which is kind of like a widget. Facebook, Messenger, they have all these different little apps you can add, and it just basically makes different ways. You can even actually have a mobile app, which is pretty cool. Different ways you can sell products in your store kind of thing and integrate them into different platforms on the web. So that's pretty cool. And in the account settings, you have basically all your account information, your payment information, all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty straightforward. And that's pretty much the basic settings for creating a Shopify store. That's pretty much all you need to know. And that's all we're going to cover in this video. The boring stuff is over, and now we can actually start working on changing the way our website looks.